Oh, seven commanders. My name is Foxtrot Echo 1, also known as Commander Fearion. Or, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, some things have gone down over the weekend. So, thought I better get in here and start talking about it. Anyway, we got some stuff to talk about. There's been some changes to the last community goal, some drama in the community, and much, much more today at Battle Vortex. Game on. All right, guys. You are not going to believe what is going on right now in the galaxy. Felicia, back in the news, just stirring a stir up. She has decided that now there's a new tier. There's a last stitch tier for anybody that still wants one of those 6C anti-corrosion cargo racks. Very, very important cargo rack, by the way. Not sure why, but it is. The AXI guys were upset about it because of the rule set. The rule set on this, and I'm going to talk about this, touch on this. The rule set for this particular event was to haul a certain amount of cargo, okay, to get access to this cargo rack. There's something else you get too, but I don't think anybody even cares about any of the other prizes. But you get this cargo rack, right? This cargo rack, the biggest anti-corrosion cargo rack you can currently buy is a class 4, a 16 slot. So, I mean, if you get a couple of them, it's doable for certain things, but you can't do any large collecting of materials that are corrosive. So mostly we've just been dealing with the 4s, right? And we just do what we can do. But this new one's class 6, which holds 64. And it's anti-corrosive. So you can literally, like, say that's just off the top of my head, a heart collector for Thargoid hearts. You want to collect some hearts, you want to sell them. I'm assuming you can sell them on your carrier. But if you can't sell them on your carrier, you can sell them to certain vendors. I'm sure that will just love that kind of thing. I think that one of the bobbleheads you can unlock with a couple of those hearts. So we the rules though of this event was that you could participate in the event, but if you didn't get in the top 50%, then you would not get a cargo rack. And I mean, why else would you do it? Now you got to understand, when you got something like that, a cargo rack, there's a huge swath of people that love to do hauling and love to haul stuff that's dangerous and love to do all that. And just so happens that in a couple of weeks, there's a new ship coming out that is made for trading and hauling. So it's possible that they're going to need that size of a rack, possibly. Maybe even, I don't know. I don't think that human pods are after they've been to the Thargoids are corrosive, but maybe they will be. I don't know. But in any event, they're putting them out there for some reason. So when you do the 50%, it's either basically it's all or nothing. You're either in the top 50% or you're not. And that creates a lot of competition. And in that case, you're not going to be able to spend the time. It comes down to, at that point, it comes down to, do you have enough time to stay in the top 50% or do you not? And it's not like it doesn't happen in other areas, but in this event in particular, that particular item is going to be heavily, heavily sought after, even just for one of them. Now, 2 of them, which is great. Some people will get 2. if they still stay in the top 50%. Because what Felicia has done here is Felicia said, hey, look, man, I'm going to add another tier. If you come and you deliver a ton of cargo, I'll give you a rack. How about that? Will that just like shut everybody up? Yeah, probably it will. They're still going to be mad that you did it in the first place, but they're going to be, oh, hey, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm talking about this event. They just had an extension. So now you can come in here, you can deliver 1 ton of cargo and get a cargo rack, which I'm sure now that I just looked at, that's Commander Sergeant is in there. He spent a lot of time this weekend. No, I'm not. I'm sitting in the station right now. I'm just looking. I'm just looking at I'm just looking at the event. I haven't even done anything. I'm just sitting there. No, I don't haul stuff. That's sacrilege. So, but if it's only 1 ton, I mean, I can't really say no to an anti-corrosive cargo rack. Okay, a big one. This is a 6. Okay, it's big. I'd always wished they had 5s. Actually, I've seen them in Anara. I've seen the listing for them in Anara. You just couldn't buy them anywhere. I was looking all over for them suckers. I was going to get all kinds of cargo rack. I got a ton of 4s, but you know, it's because it was the biggest one I could get. So I'm going to deliver at least 1 ton, and I'm going to get me a cargo rack. Okay. But I'm in my ship today. I don't know if you saw the thumbnail on the video. I'm in my. Let's see if we're on the right screen here. Look at. Oh, what the heck was that? Let's go. Boop boop boop. There we go. Let's go ahead and do this. Unhide that. Look at this bad boy. The rewards for the last Titan have been released, baby, and they are looking sweet. Hold on. I kind of sort of fixed my joystick so I can almost drive it now. Oh, look at that thing, huh? Is that not beautiful? Look at that. It's called, the ship kit and the skin are called silvered. So they're silvered. They got silver on them. They are beautiful. And so yeah, so Sarge, if you stay in the top 50%, you get 2 cargo racks now instead of 1. But for me, I'm just gonna deliver I'm gonna deliver a load and then I'm gonna get 1. Okay, it's the whole reason I'm out here today, just to talk about this. So the yeah, they're not now. You can see I'm not hauling anything. I'm just here. This is not even a hauling ship. This is my AX. Well, I mean, it does haul. It collects materials, but it's not a hauling ship. It's just a regular AX ship with lots and lots of goodies on it to take care of Thargoids and whatnot. So, yeah. So now you can do that. There was some drama, apparently, because, you know, there's different play styles in the game, right? And I know, because I've been around longer, that you kind of have to be empathetic to those other play styles, even if you don't like them. I mean, I'll be like, ugh, that's terrible, but I don't disparage those people for wanting to do that. That's what they want to do. Yeah. My mom, as Mama used to say, whatever trips your trigger, honey. That's what she used to always say. And I don't care. You know, you can do what you want. It's just not my thing. Now, this event in particular had the last several events that I remember have always had the option. You could either haul or you could protect the haulers. And I don't understand why this particular one did not have that. They usually do like a dual thing. So you can do bounty hunting or you can do hauling. Now, I mean, I don't mind if they have tiered prizes, you know, where you get prizes for doing more work or whatever. That's fine, except that when it comes to a module that is very important, I guess, to multiple communities, which would be the anti-cargo rack. It really is. The anti-cargo rack is really geared more towards AX stuff than it is towards anything else, and to just the normal haulers. Normal haulers don't really probably care about anti-corrosion racks. They're not going anywhere near the Thargoids to go, get the stuff. They should have had both at the beginning, and even if it was something weird like, why they're including, I don't know. They're trying to tie all these things in with Rhea, and why they need metal for construction and all this stuff. They didn't even ask for food or nothing. I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe everybody just eats metal. I don't know. So they usually would do a dual situation. So you got to be kind of empathetic to the other play styles, and when we're talking to our communities, our close knit communities, and when you say things that are kind of crass, you don't care. You're like, hollers suck, or whatever. But you don't want, but when you cross a certain threshold where your videos are getting out to more people than just your little niche community, that's when you got to start worrying about stuff like that. Then it becomes a little bit more political, because they're all going to get offended and be hurt that you said you didn't like hauling. How could you? And all this is like, all right, look, that's not it at all. Okay, we don't mind that. That's what you want to do. That's not what we do, and we are the ones that in this particular instance, AX pilots, especially the ones that do scientific work for AX communities and collecting samples and things like that, really benefit by having a rack that size. So it's nice that Felicia decided that we could have one just for hauling any amount, which is nice, and then give two to the guys like Commander Sarge over there, who worked his little tail off all weekend long, trying to get enough resources to stay in the top 50%. And I hope he's still there, but I've heard it's pretty high now, so I'm not going to try that, but I am going to try to get some materials. So Dino should like it, but Dino, I don't know if Dino. The problem with Dino is Dino had a surgery on his hand, so he's not really able to play. So he has to get his dad to do stuff for him, and that's kind of interesting. Oh, 11,000. Okay, I can do 11. No, I'm not doing that. You don't have to. You don't have to be in the top 50%. Yeah, anymore. But yeah, okay. So you need 11,000 just to be in the top. Yeah, I'm not going to do 11,000. I'm just going to deliver enough to get the one rack, and that's it. And hopefully Sarge will not see what I'm doing here, because he knows I despise going and hauling. I don't do it. I do it if it's like the only way. If it's the only way to survive, I'll go do it. But otherwise, no. Please don't make me haul. So I did look up a spot. Let's go see if we can get in there. I don't even know if I think it was a full-size station. I don't know if this ship will be able to make it, but we can look and see. I had to sign up. You have to come to Rhea 3. There's a ITO base there, or a orbital there. Go to the orbital, sign up for the event, and go get you some materials, and come back, and you should get a cargo rack. It's anti-corrosion. You only get one. So don't forget what ship you put it on. Oh, you're stink eyeing me? Oh no, Sergeant stink eyeing me. Yeah, I'm a hypocrite. I get it. So I think there's supposed to be some. Actually, it's not far. Maybe I can get in there. Let me see. Oh, I've actually been there. He's stink eyeing me. He's giving me the. Is this kind of the look? Let me see. Oops. You side eyeing me, or just straight stink looking? Or are you side eyeing? Which one? Which one are you doing? I want to know. All right, let me go back to the game. All right, so now they're supposed to be. Let me hold on. I got too much going on, Commanders. I have been trying to get everything ready today. Oh, yeah, there's Phil. There's. Did you see my version of Felicia? She's hot. All right, so let's see on the Inara. Where was I? I was on Inara. There's supposed to be some at Treeden Terminal. Is that in here? Yeah, there it is. I think I can make it too. So it's how many jumps? 4 jumps. See, this thing doesn't have a fuel scoop, so I got to be careful. Looks like it'll make it though, so we'll go on this one. I have not modified. I don't, because I do so little hauling. I don't even have an engineered. A little bit of both. You're side eyeing me and front eyeing me, man. You're really giving me the business. Yeah, I need to haul like 1 ton of material, and that's it. I don't want to make money. I don't care about money. You know I don't care about money. I got all the money I could ever need. I mean, 30 billion, over 30 some odd billion in assets. I'm okay, man. I'm fine. Good. Here. Whilst we're getting launched here automatically, why don't we check it out?
Ship release. Observe station regulations on exit.
Let's check it out. Let's see. Where's my money? Credits. Assets. Look at that. There you go. Oh. Why is this thing always giving me a hard way to go? Here we go. Look at that. Look at those. Look at those credits. Before AX, after AX. So what am I at? 34 billion in assets. I'm okay, man. I'm good. I don't need their stinky money. I just want my cargo rack. All right, let's get out of here. And I'm not in a ship with a fuel scoop, so I had to kind of keep it real. All right. Oops, wrong screen. There we go. Here we go, Commanders. We're out of here. We're going to go try to buy something. Aluminium, I think, is what I was going after. Yeah, I'm just basically buying an aluminium. I'm buying with aluminium. I'm going to buy me a cargo rack and call it good. That's it. That's all I'm doing today. That's my whole gig for the day. That's what I want to do. So anyway, there was some drama because XSF had stated that the developers were punishing us. But he didn't mean punishing everyone. He meant punishing AX pilots. People that don't know, what people do, they just assume that all pilots do everything. They don't. Okay? Except for maybe Sarge. He might actually do everything, but I don't. And most pilots don't. You can't really keep up with all of it. Right? Like Sarge is stretched kind of thin. He's doing power plays, doing community goals, he's doing AX combat. You know what I mean? So that's a lot of things. And he's got a full-time job. I don't know how the hell he does it. Personally. But, I only focus really on one thing. I focus on AX combat. And when I'm not in combat, like today, we're not in combat. So I pulled my carrier out, and then this community goal changed to where I can actually get involved. So I was like, okay, cool. But over the weekend, I was doing invasion. And yeah, they did. They changed this community goal so that I can have me a... Well, you still got to deliver. You still got to deliver 1 ton. I mean, I'm sure that you have to deliver a ton. How else would you... You can't turn it in. I mean, I guess if you just signed up, maybe you get it. But I don't know. I'm assuming you have to deliver at least a ton. I'm going to deliver at least a ton. Yeah, over 50% gets 2. Yes, that's exactly what... That's why I'm here. Okay? Yeah, so I'm gonna at least deliver something. Sub 50% was getting nothing originally, but now now they're getting one. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's why it was so weird. And they also didn't include they usually include bounty hunting to protect the haulers, and they didn't even do that. Well, that's hey, Gank. I'm literally here, showing you right now how to do it. You got a ship with a cargo rack in it. Get over to Rhea, RHEA, and go to. There's a station there. There'll be a little icon above it, a little yellow icon. Go to that station. It's called ITO, I think. Go into ITO. Go to the mission board, community goal, and then pick up the community goal. Just sign up for it. And then go find, this is where I'm going now. I'm going to get, there's different things you can deliver. I went after aluminum. Okay? Aluminum, I can't even say it. Aluminum. And then, so basically aluminum, okay? Aluminium. Is that right? Yeah, that could be it. I don't know. And so you deliver one, at least one, and you should get a cargo rack. That's how you do it. So, yep, that's all you gotta do. Yeah, you need to acquire at least one of them, of any of the 3 different commodities. They just changed it today, so you can get it. No, you do not get to pick the size of the rack. It's a 6. You can go buy any other size except for 5. There is no 5, but there's a 6. There's a. I mean, well, the 6 is only available if you do this event. The 5s are not. They may exist, but they're not right now. They don't exist in game. And then you can get a 4, a 2, and a 1. The 2 and the 1 you get from Palin, and the 4s you can get from the Guardian tech brokers in Founders World. Yeah, right. You sell it either on the market or through their. I'll find out when I get back. You probably sell it through the market. Oh, no problem, Gank. You know, enjoy. Try not to gank me whilst you're doing it. You can't anyway. I'm not in that. I'm not in open. I don't play in open and these kind of things. I ain't got time for that. Yeah. Yeah, so okay, Sarge has been working on this. So he says you just sell the materials to the market. So just the regular market sell, and then the game will automatically know that you did that, and it will probably change your stats. So it shows you. I would assume that it shows you how much you've donated or that you've sold. And I know you can make money on this one, but this is not really, to me, this is not about making money for me. I just want the damn cargo rack since it's so easy to get now. Okay, so the community goal runs until the next tick, which is Thursday. So you have until Thursday. So I don't know why the hell would you? Oh, yeah, I wouldn't fly. I mean, I have a carrier now, so I don't do that kind of thing. Oh, I'm on this side. Yeah, I'm in my AX ship too. This doesn't even haul. This only hauls like 80. So it's not even like I'm going to get a lot. This is mostly for collecting materials on Spire sites. Do you like that new paint job, Sarge? That thing is beautiful. I know you don't get one, so I get it. But
Access approved. Proceed to landing pad 0.
yeah, so yeah, there is a meter, but from what I understand, you got at least a couple days. So get back here as soon as you can. Well, if you get into AX combat and stop screwing around ganking people, you will. If you AX combat, you can still get billions, literally. And you get to fight pretty tough opponents, in my opinion, and while you're doing it. So yeah, I would definitely start looking at getting into some AX stuff. That's how I got my carrier. That's how I got all that money I just showed you guys a minute ago. Where'd it go? There. There you go. Look. Oh, hate that. See, look at that. That's my assets right here. Look. This is before I started doing AX. 473. Look, I even went back further. Let's see. 50. Yeah, this is when I came back after my hiatus. 52 million credits. That's all I had left. After I thought I was just going to go right out there and start a killing. Yeah, they showed me that wasn't good. So, but now, how many, this is July, this is September, no, December 2022 to July 2024. So a little over 2 years, and I'm not even that hardcore. So, I mean, I am hardcore, but not that hardcore. I could have way more money than I do, but I just don't care about it enough to do all that. The engineering mats for AX are not, you can purchase most things to get started with credits. And the mats that you need for engineering Thargoid stuff are picked up by the Thargoids. So you kill Thargoids, you get Thargoid stuff. And then you trade that in for more Thargoid stuff. And you can basically, you can keep that ecosystem right there. So let me go ahead and see if I can find this aluminium. Aluminum. So we want to go to the commodities market. See if we can find it. I don't even know what it is, but I know it starts with an A, so we should find. Oh, there it is. Need some heavy metal. So there we go. We'll buy 80 of them. Wow, 2.8 thousand. Wait, 2,800 credits. Okay. Buy it. Now we've got 80. And then we can go back to Rhea. Yeah, fun stuff, man. This is riveting content right here. I know. There we go. See, it's got that. Even if you look it up on the system map, it'll show you that there's a community goal there. They usually stick it over here, but I don't know what. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but usually I thought they would stick it over there. All right, so here's the station, ITO orbital, right? So we're gonna take our aluminium. Now, if you can pick up the aluminium or whatever you want on the way in, that's fine too. And then you can have it ready and just turn it in. You can do one trip. I went over to the system. I brought my carrier down from the Xeno Thargoid war, and put it right next door to this place. I couldn't get in this system. This system's packed, as it will be. The people that are really super hardcore will, get as close as they can and literally live here for the next several days until that community goes over. Well, so you like to blow up other people, but you're afraid of AX? Come on, man. I mean, I'm assuming gank that means that you shoot other players. Give me a minute. Let me get back to this station and I'll show you some builds, okay? I mean, you can post whatever you want, but you don't have to. I can show you all the. It depends on what AX you want to do, but I think everything I have right now is set up to be a fighter. I have a bunch of bombers, but I can show you any ship you want to see and kind of where you might want to go. Oh, okay. Well, that's an interesting name that you chose then. We don't do a lot of PvP. We used to. My group, the Vortex Squadron, we're kind of more greedy. We're more greedy than we are after other players. We don't really care about them, and I definitely don't like killing people that don't know how to fight. Yeah, you picked an interesting name. Should have called, what's that? Zerg. You should have called yourself Zerg that. That's more of a PvE word. Yeah, oh, there's Sir Riddick. Did you watch that video I made for you, Riddick? 2 days ago now? You need to get in there and watch that. Yeah, most of the stuff that you need to do AX combat you can get at a station, and I'll show you guys when I get back in here, okay? I'll show you guys what I got. At least let me get this, let me get my event done here. Oh, yeah. See, I used to PvP all the time, too. You're going to have to call it Zerg now. Hey, no problem. I'll show you as soon as I get done here and I can get back over to my character, I can kind of show you anything you want to see about AX. I think I have everything, and I have not been scanning these systems like a dork.
System scan complete.
Oh, well, at least I got a couple of them.
Frameshift drive charging.
It's another thing. I always forget to scan everything. Yeah, I did a video. Yeah, there. Look at the picture on the thing. There's a picture of the crate on the one that I did for you. There's a picture of the crate. It's down in the left-hand corner. It's glowing. It's got the green and stuff. Because you were asking me the day before I had gone out in the Python Mark II, and you're like, why didn't you use the crate? Why didn't you use the crate? So the next day I went out in the crate. Just for you. And I was bad-mouthing you, too. You better watch it. No, we weren't Titan bombing. We were doing, we were assaulting a ground invasion. Or we were liberating a ground invasion. Riddick, you were there for like 3 of them. I did 4 in a row. I did 4 invasions in a row. And each one of them, well, most of them have a picture of the ship that I was in while I was there. First one had the Anaconda. I think it was the first one. And then there was the Python Mark II. And then there was the crate. And then I went back out in the Mark II, the Python Mark II for the last one I did. And they were all different places. I was busy. I was recording, baby. Okay, you better get in there. Cause I was bad mouthing you because you didn't show up. I was hurt. I was upset. So yeah, Gank. I'm almost back. Sure. I mean, sure. It's. It's not set in stone what you have to have. You just don't need military. Military grade is actually better for surface invasions. But when you got a repair station right below you, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to make or break you. You still get to have the fun of just, mopping up Thargoids, as many as you can. Alright, now we should be back to Rhea now. Then we're going to head on over to that station. I don't know what kind of, but I'll show you, I'll give you some pointers on AX here in just a second. Yeah, they actually, Gank, they also actually have a ship that you can purchase in the store. It's called the Jumpstart AX Chieftain. That one will do most of the AX stuff. It's just not going to be fun solo. If you're trying to do stuff solo, yeah, you're going to have some issues. But otherwise, yeah. Yeah, and make sure if you do buy a large ship, Riddick, that it's an Anaconda, not a Corvette and not a cutter. The cutter and the Corvette, they're just for flexing. Okay, they don't actually really do all that well. Actually, the Anaconda does better because it can actually load up 6 AX weapons on it at size 2 or bigger. And that's what you want. You want 3s if you can get them, but 2s will do, especially if they're Guardian Tech. And I know you've been out shopping for Guardian Tech, so yeah, you can use in a lot of AX places you can use human built ships. It's the guns that you got to get. So you got to get the guns, and the guns, like I said, you can buy them for credits at any rescue ship. So you need the guns, you need the pulse wave neutralizer or the Thargoid pulse neutralizer, and a regular scanner usually. Unless you're going to go farming for parts on a Titan, then you need the bigger Thargoid scanner and all that. But I have all that stuff on out here. So I'm going to go to ITO and turn this stuff in. This is Avaricius. And you have to name your ships. Don't do like Sergeant does and not name your ships. That's just crazy talk. Oh boy, he's flying fast. Are you going to hit the station? He did. He hit the station. Damn. On autopilot. That is amazing. That's good. That's what I like to see, gang. Yeah, Sarge just leaves his name the same, like Python Mark II. That's the name of his Python Mark II. It's like, come on, man. They give you the place to name it. He did name his carrier, though. Gerald R. Ford, something or other. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. He's ex-military. You know, those guys are weird. What do you mean, how to rename it? You haven't renamed your ships? Well, give me a minute. I'm not showing you nothing until I get done with this situation right here. So, what he's saying is, so when you first get here, you obviously want to pick up this. You want to make sure that this is in your transactions. Okay, you pick it up, you close it. Okay, but the way you pick it up is over here on the 4 panel. You go to you go to the no, you don't go there. You go to Starport Services. And you come in here, and you go, You go to the mission board, and then there'll be this community goal up here. Now, I'm already signed up. There'll be a sign up on the right if you haven't signed up yet. Make sure you sign up. And like I said, just bring 1 unit of aluminum with you if you want. Or whatever. There's 3 different things you can get. I don't care about all that because I'm not here for that. I'm just here to turn in. So once you get the parts, you bring them back, you bring them in. After you signed up, then you come into Starport Services, you go to Commodities Market, and you want to sell. And then you got to find it on your list here. Right here, I got these right here, right? And I just want to sell all of them. So I'm going to sell all 80. Boom. Now I'm basically, that's it. I should get a cargo rack next week or the end of this week. So now we can go to the Starport Services, go to the mission board, community goals. Does it show my contribution? Oh, here we go. My contributions should be 80 somewhere. Oh, there it is. Right there in the center on the bottom. 80 units collected. So that's my contribution right there. Okay. So now we've got that. All right. Before I get into all these questions that you guys have so many of, now that's, I'm going to go back to my carrier real quick. I need to go back to my carrier to show some of this stuff. That's where all my ships are. And then once I get back there, I'm going to take a quick breather, and then I will come back and I will answer all you guys' questions. It'll be Q&A time. Q&A time for the people. But I really got to do some... I really need to go on a restroom break, so I'm going to do that here shortly. Alright, I'm just going to fly this thing out of here because I'm not waiting for that guy. Alright, get me out of here, guys. Might hit the top. No, I didn't. Alright, we're going to fly back to my carrier right now. And we'll get into it. Oh yeah. You can. It's not that hard. They've lowered all the barriers to everything. So now we're not anywhere near like the rescue ships and stuff, but I can show you how to find them. The ones that I like that have this stuff. A lot of it you can just buy. Like I said, also if you want to do a chieftain rather than a crate, which I'm not a big fan, to be honest, and you can buy it. I actually have one. I don't think I've modified it too much yet, but yeah, you can use it. I have one. I just don't recommend them. Those are like really super beginner pilot ships, and I'm just not. What in the hell? Good thing I've got an SCO on this thing. Holy spuckets, that thing's out there. That thing's out there a hot minute. Alright, we should be... Wait, did I pass it? I might have passed it. I just did an SCO drive. And make sure you get an SCO drive, by the way. Alright, what the hell? Am I that close to it? Come on, turn around. Get back in front of me, you little weasel. There we go. Oh, we weren't that close. Yeah, the cutter doesn't turn real fast. You gotta wait a while. So you've got a chieftain with stock AX equipment and stripped anaconda. Yeah, well, I mean, you can probably do it in that. I mean, what do you... So, what I usually recommend to people is to try to stick to the Spire sites, and I'll show you where to find those in a minute. And you wanna join a group that can help you. Open is never a good place for Spire sites, as they get a lot of desyncs and stuff. But if you can get into a Spire site with at least one other person, or if you can get in there with your friends or whatever, I don't know if you have some friends or whatever, do it that way. Solo in a Spire site is very difficult, but surface and surface invasions and stuff aren't as bad solo. However, there are no more surface invasions going on this week, so you'd have to wait till Thursday. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, the last one, I can check for the last one, but we'll do it. We'll look. So, yeah, we're going to come on. Boy, this carrier is in the most sucky place ever. It's in the pitch dark. We're getting hit by gravity, right? No, we're okay. There it is. There we go. I do not like where this carrier is. Holy spuckers, that thing's dark. Look at how dark it is. If it didn't have all them lights on it, we'd never find it. And I'm going to move my carrier. I just don't know what I want to do with it yet. Alright, so... Because now I've done my part. I've delivered 80. And we're going to set this thing down. And then I'm going to, like I said, I need to do a little quick break. And I'll be right back, Commanders. And I'll answer all the questions about AX and ships. Okay?
Solid approach. Our services are at your disposal.
Under attack.
Alrighty then. All right, we're back. Okay, so first things first. Let's see. I'll tell you about that here in a minute. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let me go. Let's go ahead and go into the carrier services. We'll look at a couple things. Like I said, the skin for the latest Titan was released today, so I finally got that skin on here, the silvered skin. But so if you go, Riddick, if you're still there, Riddick, if you go into the library, okay, for whatever ship, this is how you rename your ship. All right, so if you're in, oops, I went to the wrong place, but that's okay. We'll go back. So here's the library, right? Library, however you say it. If you come in here, you see over here, it says change name and ID plate. You click on that, and then you can change the ship's name and its ID. Now, an ID is automatically assigned to each ship that you build, so it gives you a random one. I change mine. I have an actual methodology for my ship ID, which is FE1, which stands for Foxtrot Echo 1, but it also Fearion is my commander name. So the FE, it's either FEA or FE. I changed it to FE1, so I could have Foxtrot Echo 1 as a call sign, and then the dash, and then the two letters designating what kind of ship it is. So this is this ship would be designated as an AX. It's a Xeno and then a Special Ops. That's basically what the XS stands for. Okay, so that's fine. And then you can name your ship whatever you want. There's a length limit, I'm sure, but you come up with whatever name you want, then you accept it, and you're good to go. There's the ship kit. That thing is nice, and the skin are both there. Okay. Your decal, the new decal's out, so this is the new decal right here, the 5-star decal. Yeah, I got that bad boy. You're darn right I do. All right, so now all that stuff is all taken care of in the library, okay? All right, now AX. What we want from AX is if you want to get most of the parts you need, you get those. You go to the navigation, go to the galaxy map. All right. You make sure you highlight this Thargoid War one, right? Now, depending on which Titan you want to look at or where you want to kind of hang out, You can hang out anywhere, but all these ones are broken. They're done. They're destroyed. The current one that the majority of the AX commanders are assaulting right now is this Titan Thor, right? Now, you can see that they're not attacking it directly right now, but what they're attacking is all the stuff around it. Okay, so there's all kinds of stuff in there, and I'll show you how to do that as well. But there's all this stuff around it. But what you're looking for before you get started is... let's see if I can find one on my bookmarks here. Their stations. Hutner. He's over here, I think. Okay, yep, there he is. Hutner is one of my favorite ones. I actually have a bookmark. It's over in Talon. And I think that one's pretty close to the bubble. No, Indra's not. It just the way the game works is there's a cycle for the war, so and for the server in general. Every Thursday is when there's what's called a server tick. The AX guys call it the Thargs Day tick. It's a cycle. So every cycle is when everything gets updated, right? So yeah, Indra's not going to get updated till Thursday. It works like, I don't know if you've done BGS before, it's kind of the same as a BGS. However, the BGS can end early, but it still won't cycle till the next tick. Okay, so for BGS, I think the ticks are more frequent, like daily maybe, or a couple times a day. And but the Thargoid War, it's a single tick per week. It's on Thursdays. So right now, yes, everything is still showing as if it was last Thursday. So this Thursday, all that stuff will change. And then all the work that we've done this week will also update so that, and all the Titans and all their control systems and whatnot will be set up to go to the places they need to go. So basically, if you go to Talon, you'll go to that ship in there. There's a Hutner is in here, right? Rescue ship Hutner. Go to Hutner, and you can buy the guns. You can buy the AX guns. You can buy the pulse neutralizer, the Xeno scanners, stuff like that. You don't need any fancy weapons. Just go with AX multi-cannons until you are well ready to figure out other things. But with AX multi-cannons, it does take longer because they don't do as much damage. You have to reload them more. There are some struggles, and you cannot think of Thargoid War as the same as hey Mr. Flop. I can't even say it. We're just gonna call you Flop. 07s. All right, so so you can't think of an AX combat as the same as a CG, regular CG. They're just not the same. Okay, so no, pre-engineered stuff, it would be at a tech broker for, is it tech broker? Wait a minute. It's at a Guardian tech broker. That would be that would be where you get the, now some of the pre-engineered stuff, it's very specialized. Like a lot of pre-engineered stuff, you might have to go to, what's that place called? Dang it, why can't I remember the name of it? A lot of this stuff you have to go to, there's a place, and I'll think of it in a minute. I should have a bookmark, but that would be in here. Abbott, no, Explorers. Is this the one? Mbuni is the one. That is not it. What is this shit? Holy cow. I don't know what's out there, but I've got a bookmark to it. That's awesome. All right, let's go back here. Yeah. So you have to unlock Mbuni, and there's a station in there that has some of the pre-engineered stuff. A lot of the pre-engineered stuff for both Guardian and AX was put out by a different company than that makes the regular stuff, whether it's Aegis or Sirius. Sirius AX missile racks are really great for a lot of stuff, but yeah, so you shouldn't need mats for the normal version of the multi-cannons. You should just need money. It's the enhanced ones, yes, you do need. I think that maybe you can get some of that stuff on the rescue ship. I don't really remember. I don't know. I got so much stuff, guys. I don't remember where I get them half the time. I kind of just stay focused on one thing at a time. And but everything else you can definitely, even caustic sinks. Caustic sinks are really important because of the Thargoids love caustic. But here I could show you the basic fighter. Now this is not the meta probably at all, but it's one that I use for invasions, and it's a crate, and it's fairly easy to build. Cypher. Yeah, I'm going to show you one you can use for AX right here. But yeah, literally, gank. All you got to do is Google it, dude. You will find there are so many. Look for Anti-Xeno Initiative AXI. They have all the meta stuff if you want meta. I'm going to show you one that I use. It's not necessarily meta, but it's close. It can be meta. It's just I put on my own twist on everything. So if we go to outfitting, come in here, you see my. Now I do have the pre-engineered ones, but those you have to get parts. Now the parts that you need to get these, you get from killing other Thargoids. So you get from killing scouts and things of that nature. And then obviously beam lasers with thermal vent are pretty much meta standard. You don't need two of them. I just happen to have two of them because I can. And then you got your utilities. On this little one, you need the shutdown field neutralizer. If you're going to go to a Titan, you need the pulse wave shutdown neutralizer, which is a bigger one. You need this as a Xeno scanner. And you need, if you're going to a Titan, you need 2 caustic sinks. If you're not going to a Titan, you can go with a heat sink just in case you need it for anything. Mostly I use the heat sinks just to cool off the SCO drive if I have to travel a little bit. The core internals, these are pretty standard. This one's lightweight, heavy duty deep plating. This is meta. This one is low emissions thermal spread. That's if you want to run cold. If you're going to a Titan, you want to run cold, so you need this power plant to get your power under 20% heat. Your ship under 20% heat. Otherwise, you're still going to get seen by the Thargoids, but it's less likely that they'll see you they'll see you in line of sight as it is if they will see you with heat signatures. Then your drives. Now your drives, this is just depending on how fast you want to go. Dirty drags are pretty standard. The SEO drive is now pretty much meta, so you got the increased FSD range and mass manager, which is pretty standard for a frameshift drive, but this is an SEO drive, so it goes really super fast in regular super cruise, so that you kind of want. You just want your life support at lightweight. You can only take that to level 5, though, if you go out to Colonia and open up the other engineer that's out there. To be able to go to class 5 or rank 5, grade 5. Power distributor. This one, now a lot of people will use enhanced, charge enhanced. This one was built originally for fighting, so in invasions. So it does have the weapon focus power distributor. But if you're for an overall build, you'd want to go with charge enhanced. Okay. You got your sensors. For sensors, you just need lightweight. You don't need long range. Again, this was built for invasions, so the long range is a little more helpful. But in a Titan situation, the long range won't help you. Anywhere where there's caustic, the sensors just get blocked. So there's no point in building them long range if they're just going to get blocked out anyway. And of course, you got your fuel tank. So now in here, this is where it gets a little crazy. Now, you could. There's two schools of thought here. You could go with straight up Guardian hull if you want, and you don't need to modify that Guardian hull. Okay. The little fix that they made for being able to put the anti Guardian zone resistance on Guardian equipment works on everything basically except for the Guardian hull. It does work on the. I mean, you can put it on the Guardian hull, but you don't need to because the Guardian hull was never affected by the Guardian zone resistance field anyway. They just never did that. They never made those where you would blast your ship into smithereens. Otherwise, you have to do engineered. Now, if you're going to do engineered, you want to go with heavy metal, heavy duty, heavy metal. I was just collecting metal. Heavy duty hull reinforcements and deplating, and you do that on everything. Now, the module reinforcements. Now, this one on an invasion, module reinforcements do get destroyed. They can get melted. However, there is that with that anti-guardian zone resistance on a guardian module, the module might last longer. I am not sure. I did not have any of those modules to try it. So that's basically it. And then, for Thargoid stuff, you can't use the docking computer when you're landing. This is totally a meme for me because I know my friends hate that I do auto docking. So I put it on there. All right. So you don't need that. You could put another module support or a hull reinforcement. This one's got, so this has got module reinforcement, 2 of them, which I think is pretty standard. I think that's kind of meta. The way you tell, here's how you tell. If you go into a combat zone and you're flying around and if your windshield pops out at like 60%, you need more module support. That's basically it. Now, if it just crackles, that's okay. But if it pops, if it doesn't, it should pop. If it's going to pop, it'll pop around 30% damage remaining damage. So that's how you figure that part out. Yes, and there's a lot of scientific folk out there that will just, min-max you to the death or whatever. But I found that I changed these ships so much from one thing to another that I just got sick of just trying to. I don't care about the meta. This ship does plenty of damage. It's very strong. No shields. You don't need shields in most places. Now, the only place I do recommend that you have shields is at the spire sites, because if you're chasing after, say you're chasing after an Orthrus, you're flying down to get to it, and then something bursts on you and shuts off your ship, then you hit the ground, and the shield is the only thing that's going to save you. So you're going to hit the ground a lot. Now, you can kind of say that could be a thing on invasions, but on invasions, you're mostly flying a lot higher off of the ground. So it's typically harder to run into the ground. So I don't use, on invasions, I don't use any shields. I just do straight up hull. I didn't have any more pre-engineered hulls, so I went with the Guardians just to test them too, to make sure they take 0 damage. So there's no reason to modify them. It's just a waste of resources, and the resources to get that are very difficult. Yeah, so a class 5 module reinforcement, the Guardian one. So you engineered that, and then a class 2 and a class 1, right? So yeah, I'm running a 5, or I'm running a, what am I running? A 4. I'm running a 4 and a 2. Yeah, because you put 1 down here in the 1 slot. Yeah, perfectly okay. I think either way, even with just these 2, my windshield lasts until about 25 to 30. Left, which I usually try not to let my ship get that far before I run down and repair it. So it works either way. But yeah, there's lots of official, what the community thinks you should be flying versus what I fly. And, I fly, I got, like I said, I got 34 billion in assets, so I'm not doing bad, right? All right, so another ship. Let's find another one. I actually have my Python Mark II as a fighter right now. So we can look at him. And he needs, well, we gotta fix him anyway. He's got the wrong decal. We can't have the wrong decal on the Python. That's sacrilege, right? Is it sacrilege? I think it's sacrilege. Let's get down here, find those 5s. There we go. Give me that 5. There we go. All right. Phew. Glad I got that handled. All right, now this one, and there's another one. This is it's a glass cannon, boys and girls, so you got to be ready. Now, again, I use the pre-engineered. You got to get materials for those. You get those materials from other Thargoids. And 2 beams, as I often do. You got your utility mounts. This one's got different utility mounts. Hey, Will, 7 to you, brother. Good seeing you. Yep, we're just going through some builds here, and I'm probably got my head in the way. That first thing there is a enhanced Xeno scanner, shutdown field neutralizer, caustic sink launchers. I have 2 of those on this build. Probably for invasions, I only need 1, but I do 2. And then the rest is heat sinks. So, yeah, so this thing runs hot sometimes. Even though I have it built for cold, it still runs. When you fire those multi-cannons a lot, and there's 3 Cs on this thing, which I think I said that, did I? Yeah, these are all 3 Cs, 4 3 Cs, and then 2 lasers, right? More than enough, more than what you need. And then you got core internal. Again, same thing, heavy duty deplating, low emissions power plant. That'll also help keep with your cooling down. For this one, I'm trying to keep it really cold, so yeah, this one's got the low emissions. The thrusters, I even have clean drives on this thing, so this thing is really cold. Overkill is underrated. Exactly. The SEO drive, obviously increased FSD, thermal spread, life support, miscellaneous lightweight, power distributor, charge enhanced. That's what I was telling you before. Instead of doing weapons focus, do charge enhanced power distributor with super conduits. Then your sensors are just lightweight. You don't need big sensors. This thing is a Titan shooter, so it doesn't need to do that. So that's it. Oop. I think I missed a section. Did I miss this? Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, yeah, this is all hull. So it's all heavy-duty deep plating all the way down. It's got a couple module reinforcement packages. One came with it, so I didn't take it off, but one stays and the other go. The rebuy on this ship, though, that's the beauty of this ship. Here's the rebuy right here. Look at this. Rebuy cost is 108,320 credits. That is amazing. I can blow this thing up for 10 years and not run out of money. But okay, so that's speaking of money. There's another one you can buy. You can buy this one. The Jumpstart Alliance Chieftain, which comes with a lot of stuff on it. Also has the wrong decal now. All right, but we're not worried about him as much because we don't. This is kind of more of a meme ship than anything. So you go to outfitting. The hard points on this, I've switched out the hard points. So these 2, you see, they don't have the shopping bag next to them anymore. They got moved. Now the reason this is not a shopping bag one is because I replaced it with something else for a little bit, and then I put it back. You got to have the nanite torpedo. The nanite torpedoes you get at the rescue ships also. These come with it. Now, I talked to Brother Sabathius, which is a big AX. He likes the passive AX Thargoids rather than the aggressive ones more, because he can go out in like a hauler and like blow up hydras and stuff. And he uses these kind of Gauss cannons. I don't use these, so I just left them on there because they're free. But otherwise, yeah, that doesn't matter. I wouldn't use those slots anyway. Typically I won't use a 1. The only reason I'm using this one is because it came for free. So, yeah. Don't need it. Don't care. But most of the stuff that's purchasable on this thing, now I have traded some things out in here. I got 2 caustic sinks and a heat sink and a Thargoid pulse neutralizer. That means I was taking this to the Titan. So I was doing bombing runs with this. So that's what I was doing with this. Then you got your same kind of thing. I don't think that this is even engineered. Yeah, this one, the only thing engineered on this is the thrusters. It's got the dirty drive or the drag drives. That's it. Otherwise, it's just whatever. It is what it is. Armored power plant. What would you need? And 07 to you. What would you need the armored power plant for? What do you want it for? I mean, are you having trouble? Are you getting your power plant getting blown up? I mean, give me a thing. Why would you need that? Typically, yeah, I don't think you need it. I don't know why you would need armored. We're talking about AX here. Definitely don't need it for AX. I'm just trying to think, what instance would you need an armor power plant for? What would you want to do with it? That is, Mr. Flop, he probably is overwhelmed with information, or he's out there right now trying to build an AX ship. I'll bet you. I don't know why. Okay, let me pull in a regular ship again. One that's newer one. Let me see, what else do I have? Yeah, I don't know why you would need an armored power plant. The only way you would need an armored power plant is if your power plant was getting destroyed. And that's not a thing in AX. They just don't do it. Yeah, if you buy the Jumpstart, I was just showing it a minute ago. The Jumpstart has everything you need, but there's no engineering on anything except for the thrusters. Right? So, core internal power plant. No, so armored is not going to help you for a lot of reasons, because one is there's 2 trains of thought. You either need lots of power or you need lots of cooling. Okay, that's the only 2 important things in an AX combat situation. You need lots of power if you're going to use Guardian Tech to shoot, and you're going to need lots of cooling if you want to be less detected. Armored power plant will not help you do either one of those. So you definitely want to go with the low emissions power plant, thermal spread on most builds, unless it's a situation where you're building a really super high-end Guardian, pre-engineered Guardian build, which is not very recommended right now anyway. You can do Guardian, and you can do the Guardian Tech where you can put the anti-Guardian zone resistance module or engineer on it, enhancement or whatever they call that. Then you may need more power. The Guardian Tech, if you're going to use all Guardian hull and Guardian modules and all that, yes, you may need more power. And like, for example, this thing's out of power, right? I mean, it's overpowered, but what I do is I turn off the cargo scoop and it's fine. But this low emissions power plant with thermal spread is pretty much standard for most builds. Like I said, unless you're doing strictly invasions or combat zones, and then you can run like the monstered overcharge and all that crap. But you don't need armor's not going to save you from anything. What you need to protect yourself is caustic. Now, caustic is what kills you, right? That's what's really going to kill you. So make sure you get your caustic sinks from the rescue ships, and make sure that you have plenty of hull. And don't, like I said, the only place that shields are really relevant are on spire sites. You can bring them to like a Titan just for the funsies, but what happens is if you're doing bombing runs, your shields get taken down, and then your systems don't work because of the because it's taking up too much power. It saps everything else, so you can't fire your caustic sinks. There's a lot of downsides to having shields on ships in the Maelstrom. Yeah, that AX Chieftain will go. You can't. It's literally got. I've got a brand new account where I went. I've actually should have the second decal now for that one because I did Haddad and Indra in that ship, and it does. You can do bombing runs with it, and you can do spire sites with it. I'm not so sure about invasions. That would probably be problematic. It would just take like a really long time to do an invasion probably in that ship, unless you have friends. Now, if you have friends with you, yeah, take that ship all day long because it'll be just fine. So make sure your friends are the ones getting shot and not you, and then you'll be fine. You make lots of money. Those are great. So. Yeah, the Python Mark II and shard cannons, that's going to be tough if you want to run cold, okay? It's going to be tough. Like right now, you see where my power is? That's with just AX multi-cannons enhanced on them. The shard cannons will just bury the needle. You would have to go with overcharged and monstered, and then that ship is going to run really super hot, and you're going to just... I mean, if the only thing that might save it is that it's fast, but typically for AX, I would just stay away from the Guardian tech. They keep making the Thargoids take the tech away, and then they retcon that, and then they retcon the thing. I just don't trust Guardian tech at all. Plus the power usage on Guardian tech. If you want to do shard cannons, especially pre-engineered, you need to use a Conda. It's got enough power for that. So there is a group that you should get familiar with. It's called the Anti-Xeno Initiative. They have a Discord, they have a website, they have a whole thing. Go to their Discord because even though you don't have to be in their squad or anything like that. You just go there. There are plenty of commanders in there. They're over 10,000 strong. So they have a private group in game called the Anti-Xeno Initiative, anti-Xeno, which is ZXENO, ANTI-XENO space initiative. Get into that group. It's a private group. There's no wait time. It just lets you right in. Like I said, as long as you're not going in there and screwing around. I mean, if you start shooting other commanders, they'll kick you out. But otherwise, go in there, get in that group, and then what you can do, and I'll show you guys today. Today is your lucky day, and we're going to show you some other ways you can find stuff. Dun, 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 dun. You want to learn about this website, right? Here. Okay, dcoh.watch. Okay, that's where you live. All right. In this website, you can find out where the Thargoids are at and where the commanders are at. Right now, there's not much going on in the way of commanders. However, there will be a thing here that says AX operations if there's commanders there, and then you can join. Usually, like I said, the vast majority of people that I see are in the AXI group. So there's a lot of people in that group, but you use this site to find out where the Thargoids are. So like right now, I was mentioning that the current primary Titan target is Thor, and this is what's going on near Thor right now. Okay, you can see this progress meter. So all these 100% are what the pilots are working on, right? And then all these ones with some percent, there's conflict zones there. So you can go there and you can still fight, but in a lot of places they don't have repair support and all that. So, yeah. So it for AX, it's really difficult to not have a repair station, because it's not like the regular CGs where you can just go in there and have your shields regenerate for 1,000,000 hours and just sit there and just, mop up the floor with all the things. In an AX zone, you're going to get hurt. You're going to need to repair. So in that case, it's best to take like a crate with some repair limpets, stuff like that. And what you're going to want to look for is when. So let's say Thursday you come in here, you go to Thor, you would see down the list here. This list will be all different, but you go down the list, you want to find these things, these little things that say spire sites. And if you find one of those, you see like right now, it's at 21%. So it is being attacked. But what you'll see is if there's other commanders there, then there'll be a thing here that says that there are AX operations going on, combat operations. And then you can fly into those, hopefully in that AXI group, and find them. Usually that's when I find them. Otherwise, like I said, this is what these spire sites are great, because it's a good training zone for new people. There's 3 spire sites right now. You can see some of them are being touched, but they're mostly kind of interested in this one. And this one's probably closest to Thor, and that's why. Because they like to, we don't like to move our carriers a bunch. Did Grover terminal? Oh yeah, let's take a look at Grover. How's old Grover doing? That was over near Kujiko, and then invasions. Yeah, they're all done. Grover was liberated. Good job, Grover. Good job, AX guys. We did it. Yeah, I was over there for a little while yesterday. Boy, that was fun. That was a crazy one, because it was so dark out there. Literally no sun anywhere. It was just, it was bad. So, yeah, Grover's done. They're all done. All the invasions for the entire, even if I unselect this and you see all the invasions there are all cleared, all of them. So you have to wait till Thursday, commanders, before you can go back and do another one, okay? So if you want to do, I love invasions, dude. I'm really down with those. I like spire sites too. They're fun. I like the Titan bombing. That's fun, but that's not going to be for a while. So we're not going to have any Titan bombing. Yeah, I had not checked since yesterday either. So it's definitely done. Grover has been liberated. Good job. So yeah, this is how you find stuff. And this thing is great. Once you kind of wrap your head around it, there's 8 Titans. Some of them are dead, so you don't need to worry about them. But Thor is the one that I know is that's the primary target. So anything in this area, any of these places, there's plenty of work that can still be done. If they're in controlled systems, not purple, not orange. All the orange are done. So you got to find the green ones that aren't 100%. And then there's either a conflict zone there, or in some cases, like this is a spire site. This is all conflict zones. There's no ground. There's a couple ground places out here, but that doesn't mean that they're being attacked. Just means there's settlements present. You can probably go to them and maybe fart around down there. I have gone to a settlement, and if you wait long enough, Thargoids will spawn there. But it's not much fun for me. I don't like it. I'd rather go to a conflict zone or an invasion. Invasion first, because invasions offer missions for materials that are really good materials. Oh no, gang, man, it's all good. All I wanted to do is show people how to do the one thing. This is like a 2-part stream today. I mostly do all my content. If you look on my channel, it's all AX content. I do AX content many times, usually multiple times a week. This week I've done 4 days in a row, but the only reason I came on today was because of that event got changed. But I'm already done with that, so there's nothing more for me to show people at the event. I mostly just wanted to make that thumbnail with the picture of the AX skin on it, and my AI version of Felicia Winters and the planet Rhea. So I had to come out and get a photo op. That's really the only reason I streamed, is just so I can make a thumbnail. I like making thumbnails. But yeah, so Yeah, no problem, Gank, man. I mean, that's what I do. I do AX stuff. I am an AX guy. I like AX stuff. So, like I said, if you're on Inara, which is another website, you guys need to make sure you have. It's inara.cz. I'm looking for if I have. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, we were looking at it. Here you go. So inara.cz, you can sign up here, get an account, and then you can hook this account to your Frontier account. And then basically it will read in everything, and you can find everything you want to know about your commander, other commanders. And there's a link below the video that has a link to my Inara page, which will show you this, basically what we're looking at, right? So it'll show you all what I do, my accolades. You can see, look, I'm kind of a Xeno guy. There's a lot of stuff I don't do. So if you're asking me about any of this stuff, xenobiology, mining, Samaritan, captain, or decorated hero, I'm not any of those. But I do all these other things. Travel, explore. I'm a soldier. I'm a hunter. I'm a mercenary. I'm a xeno hunter. And I'm a trader. In more ways than one, baby. So yeah, there you go. That's all the things. And then you can see like all my badges I have, so you can see what I got. You can see this is the most important thing here. If you're into some ships, you can use my ships for inspiration. Feel free. The ones that mostly I use are typically at the top. These are all bombers. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 bombers right at the top. I've got Cypher is really a combat ship, but sometimes I make him into a bomber just so like Commander Riddick won't yell at me for not using a crate. And then I use Avaricious is for collecting materials. Tenebris is an actual good Maelstrom ship. Runs very cold and can do much science. Reaper is my 6-shard Anaconda. And that thing is just a nightmare. When it hits something, you know it. Bellicose is kind of a meme. This is my Traveler. This is what I use when I'm scouting out AX systems. It's made just to be able to get away. It's got a decent jump range, but it's not anything major. And some of these other ones are all human built. There's my Corvette Rancor. Starfire is a kind of is just a fighting ship. It's just a warship. And then Arcadia, that's just for fun. Windrunner is like my grocery getter ship. Hathos was going to be an AX ship, but then I changed him into he's a material collector ship. And he's got an SCO in him, so he can go real fast. He's nice. Synergy was my first Voyager ship. Seymour is my gas truck. That's where I take the fuel, the tritium from wherever I'm getting tritium from and putting it in the carrier. Scimitar is kind of a light cargo ship now. He used to be my main fighting ship back in the day. Luna, this is a Mark IV, which is hard to get. I do have a Mark IV. Fade is obviously my purchased Alliance Chieftain. Deep is actually a purchased Explorer ship. It's pretty good. It's got like a 79 jump range, and I haven't even engineered it yet. So it's going to have a nice jump range when I get done with it. So in any event, Commanders, that's that, right? So we got that covered. What's that site? Inara.cz. The one with all my stuff on it? Let's see. Inara is right here. There you go. I do have a Cobra Mark IV. Doesn't everybody? Yeah, I have a Cobra Mark IV. I've been around, guys. I started playing this game back in the day. I was very beginning I was in this game. I actually was one of the people that was able to buy the $200 lifetime subscription or whatever it was, $150, $200. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Commander Sarge has that as well. He has a Cobra Mark IV. Python Mark IV. I'm ready for that. Yeah. So you guys, did I answer everybody's questions? If I forgot any, if I didn't get your question answered, let me know and I'll go to do that. Okay? Yeah, this is the Q&A section of my video today. I like Q&As. They're fun. Yeah, anybody that wants to see the other part will have to go back to the beginning as soon as I'm done streaming. Yep. And if there's any new questions, I'll take them for anti-Xeno. Now, right now, I'm out in the bubble because I came back for this thing. No. There is no such thing as a shield tank in AX. Sergeant, you know better. I'm going to recommend something for you. I recommend that you don't use shields. Yeah, I've got some ships that I need to work on. I should do that while I'm out here, actually. I need to work on Avaricius. He needs a shield. He's got shields, but that's only because he's a because he gets shot at by scouts a lot. So when he's trying to collect materials off the ground. So I do have shields on that one. That's really the only one I have shields on. And no, I have no idea what shields are best for that. Just shields. Actually, Bioweave is the only shield I really use. I use Bioweave because they just recharge faster. If I do anything, I want them to recharge faster. Because especially if you're trying to protect yourself from scouts, depending on how many of them are shooting at you, you can basically have your shield last forever. It's just 1 or 2. But when you start getting into 7 to 10 or more, it gets a little tricky. Yeah, I started. We started playing in when it first came out, 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, maybe almost 11 by now. But yeah, we've been around a long time now. Elite's one of those games where you can take a hiatus for a while and come back, and not much has changed. But however, in the case that I was gone, a lot had changed, and I was really far behind as far as having all the tech, so I had to really work my ass off. Yeah, the Vulture. That was my go-to, man. The Vulture was the bomb, man, back in the day. I couldn't use one now to save my life, but yeah. It's just, your flying style over time will change. and the scenarios to which you need to, overcome obstacles and changes, like the Thargoids, for example, they have different behavior. Each set of Thargoids have kind of different behaviors depending on whether they're on the ground, if they're in space, if they're at a spire site. All these different places, they all act differently. They all have like a routine they follow, but that routine is not necessarily identical to any other routine anywhere else. So you kind of got to learn all these different things. There's certain ships that you'll just get more used to as you go along. Like you cannot build one ship and use it everywhere without changing parts on it, right? So you could build one ship, but you just can't build it with one set of parts and ship's done. If you want to take that ship to a spire site, you're going to want different stuff on it than if you take it to an invasion, or if you take it to a Titan, or if you take it to a combat zone. There's all kinds of different variables. Combat zones, if they don't have repair support, you're going to need limpets. If they have repair support, screw the limpets, put more hull. You know what I mean? There's all kinds of different scenarios to where you need that. Now, running hot or cold only really totally matters more at Titans, or if you're soloing Cyclops or Basilisk or whatever at a Nebula. Those guys, cold is really good. But the only place where cold matters in the war part, in the aggressive war area where we're at, is in the manipula, the maelstrom. In the maelstrom, that's the only place that cold is really super important. Okay, spire sites, it doesn't matter. Invasions doesn't matter. Nothing cares if you're cold in an invasion. Oh boy, what did we just get? We got something good. Hey. All right, thanks for the subscription. Willies, I appreciate you. That's very great. Hold on, I gotta get you. Gotta get you an '07. There you go, brother. Thank you for the sub. So there's the thing is that if you go out there and you look for information, it can get confusing because people come out with builds at the time of what was going on, right? So AX builds for invasions is pretty much the meta that people will start you with. Okay? You can build that, and then you can still take that ship to a Spire site or a Maelstrom. However, they're not going to be as effective depending on where you go, because you may need. Okay, and when a lot of commanders first built the metas for say crates and chieftains, there weren't caustic sinks yet, and the only way to get them eventually was super ridiculously hard, and they took that barrier down. Now you can just go buy them at a rescue ship, but we literally had to go get them. We had to go to the Maelstrom and shoot the caustic mines in the Maelstrom, and also we had to take samples from the mines in the Maelstrom while you were getting caustic damage. It was, and then also you had to do this thing where if you wanted this, I don't remember exactly if this was the caustic sinks, but there was one where you had to run into the Maelstrom and get hit, literally get hit by the pulse wave barrier. I think that was to just get the pulse wave barrier neutralizer personally, but I don't remember. It was crazy. You had to do that 5 times. Just run into the thing and let it yeet your ass out of there 5 times. And you can only do it about twice for your ship would blow up. So you had to like repair your ship, or you had to go back and get everything done, and it was crazy. And if you got those the samples, the skin samples off of the caustic mines, you had to run them home real quick, because if you didn't, chances are you were going to get attacked by something like a basilisk or something, and they were just going to shred you. So you had to. Yeah, it was very challenging back then. So not something that I would have written. Basically, none of my friends would do it. Literally, only one would do it, and that was Dino, and that was only because he wanted to get his done before anybody else did. But nobody else even remotely cared about caustic sinks. They were just like, yeah, we're fine. We'll just burn it off with the, we'll just burn the caustic off. And if you're at an invasion, if you just have one caustic sink, you're good to go, because you don't get as much caustic there, so it just fills up over time. You don't have to worry about burning it off. The way you burn it off is you go into silent running, and you go and you wait until your ship heats up really high, and then eventually on the right it'll say caustic substance removed, and then you turn the silent running back off. And if you have a heat sink, you can launch a heat sink just to cool your ship back down. But that was the way we had to do that. Yeah, well, you kids, right? Yeah, the kids don't know. Elite has, over time relaxed some of the things. Some of this stuff, I don't mind if the overall journey is difficult, but when, sometimes Elite gets a little carried away and they try to make every single solitary leg of the journey like super hard. And it's like, oh my God, guys, it's like, why we have to go through so many hoops just to get into the war. And then they're out there going, everybody, come on, let's go to the war. And then it's like, but it's going to take you 47 hours before you can get to the war, because you got to do all this other stuff first. And then they're like, well, how come nobody comes? It's like, because you got to get rid of those barriers. And even after they got rid of those barriers, it still was a challenge to get people out there, because they still remember that there were barriers, and they may not listen to the news every day like I do, so they didn't know. And it's like, yeah, come on, guys, everybody, come on out. Let's kill some Thargoids. And everybody's like, no, no. And when they were designing it originally, they were designing it more towards like a horror film stuff. I mean, a lot of the stuff that Thargoids, the noises and things of that nature, in certain areas are very much a horror. They have things that pop out into your face. I mean, they were doing a lot of that. They were doing a lot of the jump scare type stuff or noises that were just outrageous. The screeches that the Thargoids give. I mean, it's terrifying. I mean, obviously you get numb to it after you've heard it a million times, but when you first go out for some of that stuff, and then there was the Guardian Tech times, so the Guardian Tech is still just loaded to the brim with hoops to jump through to get the Guardian Tech. Well, then they were like, okay, the Thargoids figured it out. They're just shutting off your Guardian Tech, and we're like, oh wow, that's really cool, guys. Thanks. Yeah. Well, I didn't have to look for a Guardian Crush site charge because I didn't do it till like 2 years ago, and there was already a million Googles that told me exactly where they were. Yeah, hyperdictions, I mean, I freak out now if I'm flying through space and I don't get hyperdicted. I feel like there's something wrong. You know what I mean? Like, where's the Thargoids? Because I am so used to being out in the Thargoid zone. I get hyperdicted, interdicted 15 times a day, and I'm just like, it annoys the hell out of me. But now it's mostly muscle memory. I just, if it's a hyperdiction, you just keep the throttle up. Boost, 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 boost for 27 seconds or however long it is, and then you jump again. If you get interdicted, you just throttle back, let them take me down, throttle forward, boom, and then I think usually you only have to thrust about twice, and then you're back up. But when you're engaging a Titan, you might get interdicted 10 times. Just getting to the Titan, it's not exciting. It's annoying. It's what it is. It's mostly annoyance. And they try to push our buttons to see how far we'll go too. But at the end of the day, we got to kill the Titans or we got to get them hurt. We've not had one Titan that's lasted out its entire cycle, the first cycle. Once it's gone into combat or once it's gone fully vulnerable, we've never had one make it through that whole cycle. So, I mean, we don't even know what would happen if that ever did happen. Like if we weren't able to kill the Titan in a week, what would happen? Would they go back? Would they start building up invasions again? Would they start doing alert systems again? Would the Spire sites kick back into overdrive? We don't even know. And hopefully we will never know. I don't know that we want to know. You guys want to know? I don't know if I want to know. But anyway, Commanders, I think that being said, I am going to call it for today unless there's anything else pressing going on. I'm going to take off out of here. It's a Monday. Like I said, enjoy my thumbnail for today. I thought it was excellent. We'll see if anybody comments on it. If not, that's okay. Hey, you guys can follow me at all these other platforms. Not that I post anything to them, but that you can follow me there. And also, if you want to support the channel, please feel free to do so at the Patreon over there to the left. Or to the right. Sorry. Yeah. To the right. And then that's great. If not, that's okay too. We're fine. I do this stuff for free. I've been doing it for free for almost 25 years. So it's been a hot minute, Commanders. And I want you guys to have a great day. And 07 to you, Commander Sergeant. 07 to you, my friend. We got him some materials the other day. He was excited. I taught him how to actually get materials from the Spire sites. And he actually got over 40, right? It was a lot. Yeah. So that was pretty great. That was a great day. Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, so I'll be back. We'll see what happens during the rest of the week. Like I said, don't fight with the other commanders about whether or not the community goal is fair or not fair. Just go get your damn cargo rack and call it good. Sarge is already getting 2, so he don't even care. But I got my 1 now, so now I feel like I'm part of the team. I did my part, turn in 80. That's all I care about. I don't like to do cargo hauling. So guys, take care of yourselves. Talk to you again next time.